be celebrating deep into the night here at Hard Rock Live. He put forth his plan, his way.
I was there last night. I just wanted to watch it over again.
Let's get you right to the recap of this night. Sensational night for Joe Smith Jr.
This is just simple. Joe Smith Jr., all he did was apply pressure, come in behind the jab, land nice uppercuts inside the pocket, and bully and push back Jesse Hart. You know, this is Jesse Hart's MO. Seriously, he cannot take punishment or pressure from his opponents. He did it in the Ramirez fight, and he also did it in this fight. And in the 7th round here, you see Joe Smith lands a beautiful overhand right as Jesse Hart tries to escape, land right on the button, and down he goes.
Yeah, just Joe Smith just came the way that he said he was going to come, which is straight ahead and with everything that he has all night long. And Jesse Hart just had no answer for it, no moral victories, but give him credit for his toughness. He didn't pack it in, and that's the story of the fight.
Just look at the bottom group of stats here, according to CompuBox. Power punches. He threw 350. Joe Smith Jr. landed 115. Damage done in the 2nd, the 4th, and the knockdown.
What's wrong with Jesse Hart? You think he needs a new trainer? He's 6'3", now currently competing at 175 pounds. Doesn't really show. He's showing that he has a jab, but he don't use it. You know, in a fight like this, he should have to keep the pressure fighter power puncher in Joe Smith Jr. off of him. When he pulls back, he drops his hands. You know, gets caught with punches pulling back. And of course, as Andre Ward was able to point out, he's not a really strong guy at 175 pounds. Wasn't really known as a knockout puncher strong guy at 168 either. So the question is, what's wrong? You know, I think, in my personal opinion, obviously, you know, that maybe he needs to explore some other options out there, because Top Rank is giving him, you know, this platform and giving him like a road or multiple roads to get, you know, a title in 2 Gilberto Ramirez fights. And now, if he would have won this, which Joe Smith is the split decision winner, by the way, we're going to get to that, is likely going to go on to face the winner of Eliator Alvarez next week versus Michael Seals in the Turning Stone Resort. I don't know if this is ESPN Plus or ESPN, regular ESPN. So 2 back-to-back ESPN fights. And it's basically kind of an unofficial tournament going on, with the winner possibly being able to fight for the vacant WBO title at 175. They're not mentioning Gilberto Ramirez, and there's rumors that Gilberto Ramirez may be wanting or trying to get out of his Top Rank contract. This guy, Umar Salimov, is the guy he was going to fight, right, for the vacant belt. And then, as you can see, Jesse Hart's right here, number 3, but you can expect Joe Smith to now take his place. Anyway, we're going to talk about the whole card. We're probably going to be doing some jump cuts. I wonder what's going on right here. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. I was there at the fight last night. It was looking brutal, you know, and watching it on replay. Oh, this is the undercard. Some people feel that Buddy McGirt may
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Joe Smith Jr., a good night against Jesse Hart. We await the decision. And while we were waiting here during the commercial break, right here at Hard Rock Live, there was a massive brawl.
Oh, yeah, I was there.
That broke out for a good 3 to 4 minutes just beyond our position here on the other side of the ring. The fans involved ringside. You could see the crowd as security tried to separate everybody. Punches were thrown. There were times where we saw people in the crowd with chairs in their hand, but everything is calmed down. Security here at Hard Rock Live in Atlantic City did a nice job. And now you can see that entire section.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't make it over there. I was trying to get over there to get y'all some footage. But I was on this side. It was hard to get over there in time. By the time I got over there, it was over. I do got some tape. I got some tape. So I'm going to upload it. But right now it is, I got a watch on. 7:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, wait, listen in. Listen to this shit.
Judge at ringside, Henry Grant scores about 97-92 in favor of Joe Smith. Judge at ringside, James Kinney sees it 95-94 in favor of Jesse Hart. And Judge Joseph Pasquale scores about 98-91 in favor of the winner. He is now the NABO light heavyweight champion, the Beast, Joe Smith Jr.
Joseph Pasquale's 98-91 is the closest thing to what we all saw and was quite evident as Joe Smith Jr. nearly got rid of Jesse Hart, had him hurt numerous times, including a knockdown scored in the 7th round. How in the world it went the other way according to one judge? Bottom line is the right guy won. Joe Smith Jr. Here's Bernardo.
Joe Smith, you said you wanted to apply the mental and physical pressure throughout this fight. How were you able to impose your will against his skill?
I mean, he put up a great fight. These Philly guys, man, they don't stop. They're really tough guys. And, you know, mentally, I just knew no matter how hard I got hit, I just had to stay busy and keeping that pressure on him. And that's what I did, and I'm coming home with the win tonight.
Jesse came in here ranked number 3 by the WBO, number 4 by the WBA, top 10 in all 4 organizations. What does this win mean for your career at this stage, and what's next?
This win was everything for me. You know, I needed this win tonight. I had to make a statement that I do belong in this division and in the top contenders. You know, I'm very proud to be bringing this home. You know, I think I've made a statement tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's next.
Thank you very much, Joe.
What's next could
Joe
be
Smith's
a
a cool
chance
dude,
to fight
like
for a
Bugat.
vacant belt. We will see what happens next week.
Cool dude, likable guy. They didn't even give Jesse Hart a post-fight interview. You know, let's look at some rankings and talk about the card. Well, let's talk about the card first. Rankings first. That'll make sense. So you got Gilberto BF, who's the WBC and IBF champion. His next fight is going to be up in Canada against Ming Fan Long. So he is going to keep his title. Dimitri Bivol, we don't know what he's doing yet. Joan Pascal defeated Marcus Brown and then defeated Badu Jack. Crazy. To hold on to the titles. Well, to hold on to his title, WBA World title. We don't know what Gilberto Ramirez is doing. As I said, there's the rumors that he's trying to get out of his contract or move on from Top Rank. Remember, Canelo vacated his title and will likely be fighting Billy Joe Saunders at 168 pounds for his WBO title. The one that Gilberto Ramirez had vacated and Billy Joe Saunders had won. And that's the division. It's going to be interesting to see what Jesse Hart does. But, you know how it is with fighters. Like, they're in their makeup. In his makeup, he, is going to be Jesse Hart. With that 6'3" frame, you want to see him jabbing and doing all that shit. It's just not there. Elliot Alvarez versus Michael Seals. That fight is next week with Felix Verdejo returning. Felix Verdejo is everything that Teofimo. Well, Teofimo is everything that Felix Verdejo was supposed to be. Christopher Diaz returning. Already, this card is better than the one from last night. This card last night was more, it was a prospect card pretty much outside of the main event. The Steve Nelson versus Kim Killick fight ended a little bit prematurely. Killick is trained by Buddy McGirt. And remember, Buddy McGirt was training Maxim Dadashev when that tragedy occurred. And he also trained Sergey Kovalev for the Canelo and Anthony Yarde fight. And during the Anthony Yarde fight was talking about stopping it. The Adorno brothers weren't too impressive. Joseph Adorno got a split draw against a guy he was supposed to stop doing a little bit too much showboating. Sonny Canto fought this 271-pound man. And dude really didn't look like he wanted to be there. He's going to be going off the train with Tyson Fury. Shanard Bunch. This was a nice, solid fight. Xander Zayas, up-and-coming welterweight super prospect, like prospect. had a very solid 4-round affair, but yet, you know, at that point in time in his career, he was he was expected to stop dude. Jeremy Adorno went the distance. So basically, you got the prospects that didn't really, you know, like shine. You know, Christopher Thomas got his first round knockout. Crowd of 3,500. The arena sat 5,000. Terrence Crawford was in the building. Got a chance to talk to Clarissa Shields. Got a chance to talk to several other fighters. You know, I'm just not one like to just be shoving cameras in people's faces. Like, I like to talk to them and get like the intel and all that shit. But I understand, you know, y'all want to see the interviews and y'all want to see the fighters say it. But I don't really like shoving cameras in people's face. You get a lot more, you know, like intel. Like when, you know, the fighters and the managers and the promoters like get to know you and know you're not fucking. I'm not paparazzi. All right? I'm not paparazzi. I wonder what Sergey Kovalev's going to do when he returns also. Oh, and Timothy Bradley wasn't too kind. Let's listen into this.
Smith Jr. with his split decision victory over Jesse Hart. Ignore what the judges say. He dominated tonight. In fact, there was one round where if he had gotten to him a little earlier, maybe he even scores a knockout victory tonight. Your first takeaway with what you saw with this win for Joe Smith Jr.?
It's pretty much what I thought it was going to be. Joe Smith being blue-collar, physically strong, hard hitter who's going to press the action and basically walk it the way that he talks it. And Jesse Hart having good moments, good spots, maybe a flash of a combination here and there, but just not being able to put together a complete fight where he's focused and he's executing a game plan.
Joe Smith is, to me, he's ordinary, honestly. He just comes straight forward. That's his style, his fighting style. No special effects. You have a guy like Jesse Hart who has all the skills in the world but just can't put it together. I'm going to tell y'all right now, Jesse Hart will never be a world champion in this weight class because he don't have it here. He don't have the mental, and he doesn't have the know-how to be able to take the pressure. I continue to see this over and over in his fights, to take the pressure, to fight inside, to do what is necessary to win these important fights. I think, honestly, he could be done here.
Mark Kriegel, what do you say?
Joe, you say disregard
some harsh words.
The judge, James Kinney. I can't. That was disgraceful. There is no way Jesse Hart can be seen as winning that fight. The sanctioning body should look at this judge. I don't know what the hell he was thinking, and it does enormous damage to the sport. Good for Joe Smith. He stakes his claim to the division, and it's an approach shot. Later, Alvarez is next week. The guy I'd like to see, whatever happened to Gilberto Ramirez, he's the wild card here.
Indeed he is, and currently he's #1 in the WBO, but with this win against a significant opponent, Joe Smith Jr. now.
And notice, normally, like, usually, like, why wasn't Gilberto Ramirez there? You know, you peep that? You know, why wasn't he there? Like, normally, if you have, like, a heavy, like, if he's not there for the later Alvarez fight, then, yeah, something is up. He was at, Voslik versus Bertabiev, though. I was there. In Philly. He was there. But for some press, you think he would be at one of these. But he did post on his Twitter. Let me search. Gilbert. He did post that what the Athletic had posted was bullshit. Like, basically, here it is. I'm going to show you. Kopinger says the Athletic podcast that Zeta Ramirez turned down the offer to fight on Wilder Fury for the vacant WBO and instead is looking to buy out his contract. Gilberto Ramirez responds, that's a big lie. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But this guy, yeah, this is that judge. But let's listen to some more.
Now is in prime position because in the WBO, Jesse Hart was most recently.
Also, I disagree with Tim Bradley. Jesse Hart has heart. You know, it's just that up here, like IQ, like the IQ part. It's like, yo, that shit, like he's got a jab. Like, and then, you know, like when he tried to escape, like he got this habit of putting his hands up and like leaning on the ropes and shit, and he get caught pulling out. Like, that shit weird.
Number 3, that is the organization that Canelo Alvarez had the belt at 175 pounds that he has not vacated, which means next week, Eleider Alvarez, who's going to be in the main event on Top Rank Boxing and ESPN against Michael Seals,
Canelo has vacated.
If he gets a win, he could be right back in the mix fighting for a title.
That's wonderful. You know, congratulations to Smith. You know, tonight he fought the right fight. He did exactly what he needed to do, beat a guy like Hart. But I have to say, as he continues to move forward and he gets an opportunity to fight for a world championship, he will have some resistance. He will have some resistance and get some of these other these champions out there. I think, honestly, I think that he's a good fighter. I think that he can compete, but I'm unsure if he can win the world championship. He's one-dimensional.
Joe Smith meet resistance, because when Joe Smith meets resistance, he also applies more resistance. That makes for a great fight. And anybody in the light heavyweight division, I'm not saying he can beat everybody, but he's going to give everybody a run for their money.
Because of the style, because of the power,
he's entertaining fight. He's going to be entertaining.
He heard Bevo.
Always entertaining, and tonight he was entertaining, landing 115 power punches as Joe Smith Jr. gets the victory here in Atlantic City.
He did hurt Dimitri Bivol 25-3 with 20 KOs. Like, he's somebody that you don't fuck around with. Like, you know, like, he's always dangerous. You know? Now, do I think he can beat Bertabiev? Nah. But he's dangerous. He got that one-punch power. You know, that shit ain't no joke. We gonna see. I'm TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, does Top Rank have an option on him? I wouldn't be surprised if he go over and fight fucking Jean Pascal. I wouldn't be surprised if Al Heyman call him up. Shit. Call up Joe DeGuardia. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.
Be right back in the mix fighting for a title.
That's wonderful. You know, congratulations to Smith.